Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to Unmatched Matchup Monday. This is a YouTube series where me and Punais, aka Danny, take a look at a specific matchup that you guys voted for in my community section every single week, technically. Sorry for the delay this time. As you hear, I'm still a bit sick and I also didn't really had that much time, so apologies for that. But yeah, we take a look at a specific matchup that you guys voted for, play two games of it, um, discuss about certain strategies for the fighters, key interactions, and just give you an overview of how we in the competitive scene usually play that certain matchup. This time we have Elektra versus Houdini, which I have heard many polarizing opinions on. At the start of the game, when I got into Unmatched, this was actually the matchup that kicked me out of my first Sum of Legends because I didn't know about it. Um, what I didn't know about, we'll see. But yeah, of course, we have Elektra, who is one of the big three right now, one of the strongest characters probably in the whole game. And then Houdini, who's also just kind of like a trickster. So we'll see how this matchup goes. But before we actually start, let's jump into Vorpal to look at some key interactions. Okay, so here we are on Vorpal board, and I'll lift the secret now. Houdini can easy win this, usually. Um, because, as you might know, the hand, Elektra's sidekicks, only can defend with one card, which is Ninjutsu. And as you see, this is not a cancel. And that's pretty interesting, because Elektra, once she resurrects, of course, has 9 health and no way to actually increase that total health pool. She has no healing. Um, she has no way to somehow get above that 9 health. So what Houdini can do is once Elektra resurrects, he plays Big Reveal against the hand, because the hand can't cancel. You might say, wait, what? Why do you waste your biggest attack into them? That's stupid. Well, no, it's not, because you can boost it double with misdirection, and then always deal 2 damage to Elektra. So a Big Reveal double boosted with misdirection will deal 4 damage to Elektra. And then with the after combat effect of Big Reveal, because it can't get cancelled, of course, you can return one of those misdirections back to your hand. So that already increases your total misdirection output from 3 misdirections to 4, because you can return one after you used it. Now, if you do that with a second Big Reveal as well, you again play it into a hand, boost it with 2 misdirections, return one of them, you already have 8 damage onto Elektra. And since you returned your last misdirection into hand, you can just maneuver boost with it and Elektra is dead. It's 10 auto damage if you do this, and it's a guaranteed kill. Elektra can do nothing about it, as long as hand is alive. So that's usually the thing that Houdini is looking to do, but Elektra, of course, has some counterplay. Because, yeah, sure, if Elektra just runs away and plays her usual fatigue game, that won't work. That's what happened to me in my first Summer of Legends last year, in my first tournament. I played Elektra and thought, yeah, I just run away. No. Well, let's look at what Elektra technically can do. So first of all, of course, Elektra has Mesmerize, which on her first life only looks at the opponent's hand and gains an action, but on her second life, when she resurrects, she can also choose one card for them to discard. So if Elektra resurrects and plays this, and is able to discard any of these cards, just one of them is enough. Houdini can't do his strategy again. So you might say, okay, well then Houdini has just lost, right? Because she just keeps them in hand for second life and then instantly discards one of your things. Well, you have a Magician Never Reveals His Secrets, which is probably the most important card in the whole matchup, because you need this in hand once Elektra resurrects. Because of course, if an effect would let an opponent look at your hand, you cancel that effect if you reveal this card. So if you have it in hand, once Elektra resurrects, she might play Mesmerize and you can just say nope. You don't do that. Well, that's cool, because this way you guarantee that you actually get to play these 2 cards each time. So that's of course one option. Sad if Houdini doesn't find his Magician before Elektra dies. In that case, you just cry. But usually you mulligan for it, because it's 1 card in your whole deck that you have to find. The other ones, yeah, it's 5 cards in total. You're bound to find them at some point. But if Magician is buried, you just cry. So that's what you usually mulligan for in the matchup. And if you don't have it, well, Mesmerize is a big threat. In that case, you might not want to kill her until you get your Magician. But then I think the more relevant win condition for Elektra in this game is probably the Fist. Because with the Fist, it's a hand-only attack. You can deal 1 damage to the attacking fighter, so to your own hand, to return this card back to your hand and gain an action. So what that means is you can purposefully kill off your own hand just to get more actions and attack with this card. Now, you don't really return it just to get the attacks, you can just do that to kill off your hand. Because that's usually what Elektra tries to do once she gets into second life. So once she is resurrected, she usually sets up for something that we like to call a combo turn. So she just places all of her hands back and herself, maneuvers, maybe boosts even if the map is not that suitable for her, gets to the opponent and just attacks a couple of times with this, getting rid of her hand, and yeah. So if you manage to kill off 3 of your hand before Houdini actually gets to play any of his big reveals, you kind of free yourself from the misdirection kills, because if there's only 1 hand left, it will die from big reveal from the first one, so he can't play the second one into another hand. So that's a way how you maybe can avoid that strategy. But at the other hand, you might need your hand alive. It's many hands, I know. You might need your hand alive after that to just keep Elektra safe. So I think it's definitely a valid strategy for Elektra, just to kill them off ASAP once she resurrects with this card. Um, of course, Houdini has a way to stop it, but that's misdirection. And in that case, if he feints that with misdirection, he's losing the 2 auto damage. So again, he can't kill you anymore with it. So that's probably the most important thing for Elektra. If she's able to kill off her hand early in second life, I think she has a very, very good chance to winning this. If she can't, then it maybe looks not so great. But how actually can Houdini prevent her from getting like the all of the hand killed? Well, Houdini has one more tool up on his sleeve that maybe will screw Elektra over. Well, and for you Houdini lovers out there, you probably knew what I was talking about. It's, of course, Set the Stage. Now, Set the Stage, if Houdini boosts with it, of course, looks at an opponent's hand and chooses a card to discard. Now, you can play this both in first and second life. I think both of them are viable options. If you draw it early, it's not so great because you'd rather play it in second life, but it also works. And what you usually want to discard is the Fist, because you want to prevent Elektra from actually getting rid of her hand. So if you manage to rip this out in second life, you know she doesn't have it, you have a lot more time to actually get your big reveal combo going, um, and then actually finish her off. Whereas if you don't find Set the Stage and Elektra can just do this, well, your game plan is kind of gone. On the other hand, you can also do it on first life, because Elektra will usually try to keep one of this in hand when she resurrects. So even if you play it on first life, so Set the Stage, boosting in first life, and getting rid of the Fist, so you know she doesn't have it in hand once she revives. And both copies are maybe a discard pile, so they get shuffled back. That might help you a lot. Okay, so now enough talking. Let's jump into the actual game with Elektra against Houdini. As you see, I'm playing Elektra first. This time I didn't have a cam on because I was feeling even worse on that day than today on the day of recording this. So yeah, you didn't want to see me at that point. You see my hand at the start. That looks kind of good. I already have the Fist in hand, so that's definitely what I want to see, just to be able to get rid of my hands early. Houdini also kept. And my game plan, of course, is to pressure Houdini, because I can't just wait and play the long game. I have to attack him a lot, get rid of his defenses, and maybe force him to play feints on defense, so the misdirections. Because, of course, Houdini might just not draw into any other defenses. And once he has the misdirections and big reveals in hand, he doesn't want to play them. So that's a total of 5 cards with Magician, maybe 6, that he can't play, except or he loses, basically. So that's a big point for Elektra, and why I also think this matchup is probably not so one-sided as people say it is. But yeah, since Houdini kept, that just tells me he has Magicians in hand probably, so I won't even try to go for a mesmerize discard, because in that case I'm just wasting the action and it doesn't do anything. So my game plan right now is just to pressure him a lot, um, get rid of my hand once I resurrect. I can also get rid of them in first life because it doesn't really matter, um, and just attack a lot. So now I'm thinking about boosting. Um, I of course know that Houdini has a lot of tools to escape pins, but for most of them, or at least for one of them, with Grand Escape, he has to boost to actually win combat against some of my threes. So yeah, I'll just boost with the ninjutsu here. I won't need it at all the whole time. And I try to set up in a way with my hand that Houdini can't move 3 spaces um, without like being adjacent to another hand. But like I realized at some point that that's not possible. I think on this map positioning wise. So yeah, I'll just have the fella down there attack Houdini with the fist, of course, because it's the only thing that they can attack with right now, except for ninjutsu. And yeah, the fist is just the better option. Houdini, of course, recognizes this and plays the Vanishing Act, so he takes one. First thought about moving the hand, because to be honest, Houdini isn't that scared of Elektra attacking herself. But then he also realized that yeah, he has actually one space where he can move um, to always like be able to not get double attacked here. I deal 1 damage to the hand just to keep the fist in my hand, because I want to keep that card and keep the threat of playing it once I resurrect. If I discard the first copy here, that might not be great. So I just attack Bess again with it. She takes 3, not defending. I again kill off my brother because, well, I don't need them in first life. It's totally irrelevant. And then I will just maneuver, because yeah, I have nothing else to do. Trying to set up a bit more central, and I'll get rid of a whirlwind. I'm still keeping the mesmerized just for the possibility of having it. And it's also a 2 boost instead of a 1, so that might come in handy, and I won't need that many defenses with whirlwind. So yeah, I just don't really care about that at this point. Houdini goes and attacks my fella. I actually decide to defend him because yeah, Flourish gets attacked with, and I didn't want him to either just kill the hand with the Flourish or with something like for my next trick. So I wanted him to spend an additional card or just to get him the hand to safety, because of course I want to attack even more with the fist to pressure Houdini, sand size even more, get rid of his good blocks, and maybe get some good early damage. He decides not to boost. I'll place my fella just adjacent to him. Thinking about whether to maneuver or just to attack, and I don't think there was a reason to maneuver first. So I will just attack here, again with the fist. And for Houdini, this is just a really bad situation because he can't really feint this, because otherwise he loses his win condition. At the same time, now I get rid of the next hand and get 3 damage in. And then I just maneuver, and Elektra goes to attack. He switches with Bess. I take my 3 damage from a 6, which is also one thing that Elektra can do technically. She can kill herself on purpose if Houdini maybe doesn't have magicians. And you know that you can kill yourself on purpose with your 6s to then maybe play a best price, but since Houdini kept, I thought it wasn't really that needed. Houdini maneuvers and boosts with the Sage here. And now he has a couple of different ways to go about this. He could discard Snake Root Clan here, and then just kill Elektra here probably, because I only have a 2-value block. But on the other hand, then I still have the fist in hand, so I can maybe start killing off my hand once I resurrect. On the other hand, he could discard the fist and just don't care about Snake Root. So I think it's an interesting decision. I would have gone for the fist discard probably, just because it's more threatening to your game plan. But he decides otherwise. Probably having a reason for that. Maybe he has something like a Vanishing Act to escape the first combo turn. And yeah, he rips off the Snake Root. Of course, makes a copy of my hand to remember what's in there. And yeah, now he will attack Elektra. And for me, right now, I have the fist in hand. There's no reason for me to defend right now because I want to get into second life as early as possible just to have more time killing off my hand before he gets his combo. He will actually kill me here with a flourish, boosted with another flourish. He doesn't really need them. He draws his card. I get to resurrected phase, and actually forget to shuffle my discard pile in for the first maneuver. So yeah, pro players again. This is just me being sick. Holy. So yeah, fella will attack. Of course, I want to get rid of him. It wouldn't really have changed much if I shuffled here. He takes. Fella will attack again. He takes again. So this is already two hands gone. I just have to get rid of one more somehow, and then I'm already free from his combo. Um, I maneuver here, still forgetting that my discard pile still exists. And then Elektra will just attack. He sadly has the revive in hand, but I guess I'm still fine with that. And this is where I realize, oh wait, I have a discard pile. Why do I have cards in discard pile? So yeah, I just shuffled them back. Now I don't think it matters that much because I just drew one card, and yeah. But yeah, Houdini resurrects with 4 health, so basically he got 1 healing out of that instead for boosting with it and healing 2. Yeah, of course one of my 6s is gone, but at least he again used a block. And I only have to get rid of 1 additional hand now, and then I'm good. So this is looking quite good for me right now, because if Houdini maneuvers, boosts, and attacks one of my hands right now, um, yeah, sure, he can do the first 4 auto damage if he attacks a big reveal into 2 misdirections, but then it will be my turn, and I can just kill off the last hand and I'm good. So yeah, I definitely have like the upper hand right now in the game. He boosts with the beautiful best just to gain action, draw deeper into his deck, probably because he doesn't have all the tools yet. I just maneuver boost with the hands of red because they don't want to return any hand. Definitely not. So yeah, I just go adjacent with one of the fellows. Next one also quite in proximity. Elektra will take center. I'm not so scared of Houdini right now, so fella will attack now. And yeah, he defends with the Grand Escape, so he can boost this now, and actually decides to do so with Flourish. I of course kill off my dude, so now Houdini doesn't really have a certain lethal anymore. Of course, he could still kill Elektra herself, but that's not that likely because Elektra herself actually is quite tanky on second life. Just due to all of her high blocks with size. I still have a snake root to use. The intercepts also are 5s basically. So yeah, Houdini doesn't have a certain win con anymore. From here on, he will have to try to play a normal game, just trying to kill Elektra with normal means, but it doesn't look good for him. He double maneuvers. I just maneuver, um, and I'm thinking about boosting here, and I'll actually do it as well, because of course I'll attack with the fist again, and then maybe if he doesn't move, I'll be able to attack again. I kill off the guy and now decide to maneuver because from his game plan right now, because he took there, it's telling me probably that he has the second revive in hand and only Whirlwind or Feint actually don't trigger that, so I'll just maneuver away. And the good thing is, right now, whenever he attacks me, I can just play Whirlwind on defense and I survive and he is dead. So I have my guaranteed kill. He can never attack me again. Of course, he's up in deck count, but I have so much more health that, yeah, it's okay in fatigue. I would say we're totally even because he still has 6 auto damage from the 3 misdirections and another 2 healing. So I'd say we're overall probably even in fatigue. But yeah, the good thing is he can't normally attack me anymore as long as I'm at 9 health. So yeah, that's quite good for me. He boosts with another beautiful bass, just gain action, dig deeper through his deck just to find the right cards to actually kill me at some point. And now he makes a pretty good decision in my opinion, boosting with a misdirection normally, knowing that he can't execute his game plan anymore. And now the thing is, I can't safely defend with Rowan anymore because a 9 value big reveal will kill over it. So from now on, I can't just rely on that. So I'll have to just go aggressive again and yeah, live with the fact that the uh, revive exists. I'll boost with a Mesmerize here because, well, it's basically a useless start card for me. And I attack with a Whirlwind because, of course, it kills against the revive without triggering the revive. So yeah, it's like for him, it's the decision: do I have the one card that kills him or not? And I do. So yeah, Houdini dies, and I win it as Elektra. And you see that even though Houdini has his set win condition, and many people say, yeah, Houdini just absolutely destroys Elektra. If the Elektra player knows about the decisions that Houdini has to make, I don't think it's that like that hard for her to win. Like, yeah. Well, let's jump into the second game. Maybe my Houdini perspective will be a bit different. Okay, so here we are with game two. Now me playing as Houdini going first. Um, and just from the get-go starting hand, I see a big reveal. This would be the perfect starting hand in any matchup, but not in this one because I of course want to see magicians as early as possible. So I mulligan, and this is worst case scenario. I don't have my magicians, and I already start with two misdirections in hand, which I don't want because I can't use them. They're basically dead cards in my hand right now, so I only have three cards that I can actually use. That's not great. That's really bad, actually. So yeah, this is probably the worst thing that can happen if you're Houdini in this matchup, from my point of view. But we'll see. Maybe I can turn it around. Houdini is still Houdini, and he can do Houdini things. So yeah, we'll see. Um, Elektra seems to keep. So yeah, that doesn't tell me much. Maybe he has a fist in hand. I will just take a nice and refreshing maneuver. I draw into sleight of hand, which I guess it exists. But for now, I just want to stay away from Elektra, not get pressured too much, and maybe find a good opening to get some early damage to get a guaranteed kill when I want her to die. Elektra, of course, knows this, so she will spread out her hand and migrate, homies. If you've seen the Elektra versus She-Hulk matchup of the month from Zero Scatter, you know this sentence has become legendary. Migrate, homies. I maneuver and actually decide to boost with center stage here because, as you see, Elektra is a bit open right now. And I might be able to snatch a good card out of her hand and maybe attack with something like a good flourish to deal some early damage. So let's look what we actually have here in her hand. And oh boy, that's not great. I mean, the fist is probably just the easiest target here because I want to get rid of that so she can't kill off her hands once she resurrects. I see two sixes, which is a bit alarming. I mean, so she can just kill herself whenever she wants, basically. But at the same time, I already have two misdirections in hand, so I'm not that scared. She defends with intercept. I just go for the 6-value flourish and draw one from the boost. So that's 3 damage onto her. She's at 4 health, so I'll probably be able to kill her quite reliably when I want to. So I, from now on, just have to draw into my tools. First of all, I have to draw into Magician, and from there on, I can just kill her and play a normal game and wait for my tools. But, of course, I have to get to Magician first. So, yeah. Elektra maneuvers. I think he could have attacked with a 6 here, but it's definitely risky. Hands of Red also would have been fine because you don't really care about it right now because all hands are still alive, and first life you actually want them to be there kind of to get more action gains with Fist. But yeah, he just maneuvers again, forcing me to boost if I want to get on Elektra first. This is now a bit of a tricky situation because I can't really attack with anything, not even into the hand to get passes. Um, so yeah, I just double maneuver. I'm thinking whether I want to boost anything away just to warp around the board or get one of the boost effects, maybe drawing another card, digging deeper into my deck. Um, or if I just discard something at the end without drawing or whatever from the boost effect. Um, and I think drawing too much at this point would be a mistake. So yeah, it's a tricky decision, but I'll get rid of a Grand Escape because I'm looking okay with defenses. Like I can take some hits because the hand always attacks with threes. Elektra is also not that scary herself on first life, so yeah, I think I'm fine. I also still have full life Bess, so I can technically swap with her later. Mm, so I probably won't need all of the defense. Elektra maneuvers and boosts in with Snake Root. Yep, she doesn't need that. Totally unnecessary for her. Definitely makes sense. And then we'll decide to go for an attack on Bess. I, of course, well, I only have one card to defend with her, and that's the revive, so yeah, I'll take. He plays Hands of Red, so Bess takes 4 at 1 health. I don't really care about that. I maneuver and draw into Big Reveal. This is already good, so I have a good setup, but at the same time, it's also not that great, because, well, if Elektra dies now, she could mesmerize a lot of things, so that's what I'm scared about. I just boost with set the stage again. Because I don't have much else to do, to be honest. I could attack one of the hands as a pass with Flourish, but at the same time, I know she has her 2/6s in hand, so she can just die at any point. So I need to draw into my Magicians ASAP. Because Mesmerize is still in deck. The hand peak also tells me she doesn't have it right now, so that's a bit more time that I have, technically, to find Magicians. I'm thinking about getting rid of 6 just to prevent her being able to kill herself. But since she doesn't have a Mesmerize in hand, it might not be the right option. I just go for a Psy because it's the biggest normal attack that she can throw without taking self-damage because I'm not that scared of this self-damage right now. And then I just maneuver again and just discard or actually boost with Smoke and Mirrors because, well, it's kind of useless card. And again, I don't want to draw too deep into my deck yet. Although I have to find Magicians before she dies. So yeah, this is just another tricky situation where Houdini can find himself if he doesn't have the one-off scheme in his deck from the start. Well, that's bad luck. Bess is dead. Oh no, what should I do without her? I maneuver and I'll boost with a flourish. And I draw into another flourish. I maneuver and, well, boost with another flourish to draw another card. And second brick reveal. Hey, I almost have every tool I need for my combo. Yippee! It doesn't help me much, to be honest. So yeah, I'm getting rid of Sleight of Hand. Don't really need that. Electro maneuvers comes to me. Hand will attack. I mean, I can play Grand Escape here, just to get away. I'm thinking about boosting a Flourish because why not? Save some health, drawing a card again. And at this point, I'm really like, the fuck is it really like? Is the scheme really that buried? And I'm getting a bit worried at this point. Um, but I just double maneuver because the odds that it's bottom 5, which is probably the only way I lose this, is just way too low. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Elektra, of course, maneuvers and boosts again. Attacks. I'll defend with a Vanishing Act because, well, I have the cards, so I take 2. Of course, she doesn't get back a hand, but it's just a good attack overall in first life. I maneuver, draw into my last misdirection, so now I have all the tools I need once she resurrects, except for Magicians, which is, of course, the most important one. And I just maneuver again. I guess I could have attacked a hand here with the Vanishing Act, but then I would only have Smoke and Mirrors to defend. And I know she has both 6s, so I'd rather make her boost. Um, and again, I have to find the scheme ASAP because she can just kill herself whenever she wants right now. Which is probably, I think, like if she doesn't have mesmerize yet, of course she doesn't want to die yet, but once she finds it, I think she definitely has to kill herself at this point. So yeah, I'm just trying to warp around, making her boost. I mean, Elektra's boost is insanely high, so I don't have to like go to full distance. I just have to make her boost normally. So she loses some cards. It doesn't really make too much because, of course, it's Elektra. She boosted one mesmerize now, which is interesting. But again, one mesmerize boosted is not that hard for her, because only one is needed to actually destroy my plan. I take the attack there, because I need one decent defense in hand. With the Vanishing Act once she resurrects to like get rid of the fist combo, because of course she can't attack again if I'm not adjacent, so she can only get rid of one hand once she resurrects. And then I finally get the scheme. Finally, 4 cards left in deck against 4 cards left in Elektra's deck. And as you might see, I don't have much to attack with. So I just heal the 2, of course, because otherwise I would discard. And I have a problem, because of course now I still need Elektra to die to actually do my combo stuff. If she doesn't die, well, I can't do it. So I somehow have to try to kill her now with 6 dead cards in my hand that I cannot use. Yippee! This is not looking that great. So yeah, I'll just maneuver. Boost to heal 2. I can't get to her because Dani, of course, recognized that, hey, my deck is basically almost empty. So I can't attack Elektra now. I can't kill her. So yeah, I have nothing to do. I have to keep the Vanishing Act in hand just to not get destroyed by the fist combo. And I have to keep all the other cards in my hand because I need them to kill off Elektra on her second life. So yeah, I'll just discard that, not boost with it because I don't want to draw deeper into my deck now. And yeah, as you see, the situation is basically not winnable for me anymore. We'll see. We'll see. Elektra maneuvers. She can just technically take her time, because she's Elektra right now, and she doesn't really mind about attacking anymore. So yeah, she can just stay there. I'm looking at my discard piles, looking what I can actually attack with. It's, I think, only the red 4, the illusion of my own design. How is this called? And of course, that is not great. He boosts with the last mesmerize now, which actually isn't that big of an information for me because, well, at this point I already have the scheme in hand, so I guess that frees up one card for me to use. Hand is attacking, so I'll just take it because, again, I need the Vanishing Act for once she resurrects. And not right now, because right now I don't really care if the hand dies, but I need to play it once Elektra's resurrected. So she attacks with it again. Is thinking about keeping it in hand, keeping the hand there, and actually does that. So for me, that's now, well, I can use my Vanishing Act because she doesn't have the fist anymore. So yeah, I attack the hand with it, maneuver, move away from the effect, and then just maneuver. I somehow have to get her to second life, and then get 2 attacks onto hands. I somehow have to get that. Yeah, at this point I don't have much left. And Elektra is still not dead, so yeah, not looking good, not looking good. He maneuvers. I mean, he has time to spare, to be honest. He's Elektra. He just maneuvers again, forces me to attack him and kill him off myself. Because otherwise I will have to spend a double maneuver turn here, not doing anything, so I'll attack her. With the only card that I can attack her with, without losing my win condition. Yeah, I mean, he has no reason not to defend. So, sucks to be me, I guess. He does defend with a whirlwind, and he is an extra cool person because he boosts it just so that I have to boost as well to actually kill her. So yeah, I'll boost my magicians because both mesmerizers are gone. I don't need it anymore. Um, and I'd rather keep the Grand Escape just because it's defense and it might spare me damage. So yeah, Elektra resurrects now is at 9 health. I of course have all the tools to kill her in my hand right now. Uh, but at the same time, yeah, I only have 6 health. I have to maneuver twice to actually get to a hand probably, so that's 4 damage. So if she just deals me 2 damage here, I'm dead. Yippee, and she has both 6s in hand. Yippee. Yeah, this is not great. Definitely looks like I'm losing. Um, Elektra has all the time in the world, to be honest. She can just attack with anything and it doesn't matter. He does attack here. I of course have to defend with Grand Escape because 6 would just kill me. Yeah, he only attacks with the feint. He could attack with the 6 right now, either kills me or I have to spend one of my misdirections, but then he only has 1 defense in hand, so double big reveal would actually kill him. So, oh no, he doesn't have only 1 defense. If he attacks with a 6, he still has both defenses. So yeah, he could just attack me with a 6. At the same time, he can also just maneuver. Because yeah, I don't have enough left to actually get rid of him. Yeah, sure, I have my 5 cards, but if I have to boost only once to get to a hand, that is out of the window, which is kind of sad. So yeah, I can't win this anymore. It's not possible. Only if he, for some reason, just puts 2 hands adjacent to me now, which of course Danny doesn't do because he's not stupid. Usually at least. Yeah, he just maneuvers. He doesn't have to attack me anymore. So yeah, just puts away his hand, forcing me to maneuver. Yeah, he can just chill there. So I take my 2 from maneuvering, and then attack the hand with the first big reveal. And of course takes double misdirection onto Elektra. That's 4 damage. And now Elektra just maneuvers and attacks me. And this has to be 6. I cannot win against it, so yeah, I take it and die. And this is the other side how Houdini can lose. It's not just by Elektra pressuring, it can also just be due to not finding the one card in his deck. And that's why I overall would say this matchup is not insanely free win for Houdini. I would say if the Elektra player knows what he's doing, it just depends on draw. I would say it's even overall, 50-50. Like in some games, you get your tools as Houdini, and some games you don't. Elektra, I probably prefer the Elektra side from this because I exactly know what I have to do. I can use all the cards in my deck and just pressure Houdini, whereas Houdini has to rely on good draw order. And yeah, that's my conclusion on this. Feel free to write feedback or comments in the comments, of course. And the next poll should be up when you see this video. So be sure to actually vote there to see which matchup we cover next. Also, Summer of Legends has concluded now this weekend, so definitely check out the games on the Unmatched Tournament YouTube channel. And I will probably follow up with a tier list again today or tomorrow, depending on how much my health actually lets me do stuff. Revisiting all of the placements I did in my previous tier list, I definitely recommend you to check that one out before to see how much opinions have changed, because now after the full Summer of Legends tournament has concluded, I think some things definitely have changed opinion-wise. But yeah, with that all being said, I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye.